Hello, Director Edminster and Director Adams.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. I think we are still waiting for Beverly to get back on.
Good morning.
Morning.
So, Director Adams, you're in our system committee.
Sir?
Very exciting.
Yes, sir. I don't know that much about the committee, but I'm here to learn.
Well, to be totally honest, neither do I, but I know we've got to, focus on development of the system, and I'm looking forward to hearing what we've got from staff. That'll probably direct us a lot.
Okay. I'm here to listen to.
Cool.
We are live streaming on YouTube, by the way.
Thank you, Eric.
You're welcome.
And if y'all would like to start, please proceed. Oh, but you're muted. Oh, you're still muted.
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay, good. It's our first system development or committee meeting of this new year. And we just really kind of want to get some guidance also from you. We're going to kind of go through a very brief agenda. This meeting, we don't have any action items, but if you can just at the end of the meeting or perhaps later, just kind of let us know different things that you would want to see improved or the kind of information that you would see reported, we would certainly welcome your feedback. Since this is our first time kind of our redoing our committee meeting. So we would certainly welcome that. And we're going to begin, since you did say that you don't know a lot about this committee meeting, I wanted to just start by saying that the System Development Department, within that department is Planning Division, Marketing, Communications, Innovation, and there's also Outreach. So that is what's included in this department. And so what we're going to do with our system development update for this meeting is just to go through a few slides of where we are. And I'm going to start, and then we're going to conclude with Eric providing a brief update on our marketing and communications, if that's okay. Let me try this slide.
Sounds great.
Okay. Trying to get the slide going.
Your slideshow, I'm sorry.
Can you see it? You can see it.
Slideshow,
Okay.
yeah, there we go.
Okay, we wanted to begin by just kind of giving you a brief overview of where we are with just some of our planning projects. Currently, we are working with our operations department on our March run cut. And that is, just to kind of give you a brief overview, we're just kind of reevaluating some of our routes to see if changes need to be made. Of course, you all are aware that we are still dealing with some staffing shortages, as well as just we're not performing at the level we would want to with some of our routes. So this is just kind of a reevaluation that we do quarterly of assessing where we are with ridership, and just trying to look at ways to improve some of the routes and definitely our performance. Also, our Route Match web portal kickoff, we began that on January 22nd. And as a brief overview of that, several months ago, the board approved for us to move forward with a web portal kickoff. And that is really kind of geared toward our paratransit customers. It is to complement our Clever devices major project that we are hoping to launch in around spring or summer. But this is just to really give kind of an advantage to our paratransit customers. They will now be able to use the web as well as have an app for logging on and trying to really monitor where their rides are, as well as scheduling routes. So we think that this is a really great benefit to our paratransit customers, and we're looking forward to bringing that to them. Additionally, just kind of a brief update on our CRC contract. As you know, a few months, I think it began in January, we started partnering with CRC on providing supplemental paratransit services. Well, that has been going, okay, not to the level that we would like. They have definitely experiencing some of the same shortages and kind of challenges that we've also experienced. And with staffing shortages and COVID, that has really impacted some of their drivers also. So we are dealing with that, but there is a big difference. We are seeing that when they are working with us, it's really kind of lessened the stress of some of our operators. And so that is a really big benefit. When we're not using them, then we can see where the numbers are picked up or where we have a little bit more challenges. So it's really improved the level of service that we are providing to our paratransit services. And all that we can do is continue working to improve. We are meeting with them weekly, and we hope that as we are trying to recruit and really improve our workforce, we hope that they will too. So we are working through those challenges. We're currently also working with the City of Savannah on the microtransit proposal. We haven't spoken about that in a while, but the city has reached back out to us recently. So we are working with them and coordinating to see how we can really get this kicked off. And as a brief overview, I think that you all are familiar with the Downtowner service, and that is where we will now be providing an oversight of that service. So we are looking at working with the City of Savannah on that. Uber and Lyft agreement. We have briefly talked about that in the past in several board meetings, and that communication is still going on. We are still working with our underwriters to provide the information that they need. I mean, we think that we're a little bit closer to a resolution on that, and that would be a huge benefit for the organization, as well as, one of our directors always says our first mile, last mile. So that will really satisfy a lot of that, as well as complement our paratransit services. For the times that CRC is not able to provide service, we would definitely rely on Uber and Lyft so that we can make sure that we are providing service to our customers, to all of our customers. The TDP and COA RFP, that closed on February the 4th. At the time, we had 5 submissions, so we will be bringing that to the board very soon. We still have the electric bus deployment plan RFP that is still being advertised. That will close on February 18th. Here's just kind of a brief overview of where we are with some of our grants.
Real quick, can I
let you know? Yes.
Can I make some comments or requests on the stuff you just briefed?
Yes, Director Edmister.
On the recut or route cut, whatever, what
The
that's
run
called.
cut?
Yes. I hear a lot from different riders that Route 14 specifically is overcrowded more often than not.
Okay.
And I think if we could find a way to figure that out, I know our buses are counting people who get on the bus, but I don't know if we're counting people who aren't getting on the bus but wanted to. And I think anything we can do to make sure that we are aware from a data standpoint of people who are waiting at bus stops but cannot be picked up because we are over capacity is going to be really, really important. We still are running on half capacity with I think all of the buses. And so we're just going to be hitting, full capacity a lot sooner. And with some of the routes, we never really hit those numbers. And with other routes, our high performing routes, we're hitting those numbers much more often. So anything we can do to find a way to collect that data, I think would be very important.
Yes, sir, Director Manchester.
I think that was all.
Okay.
But cool, that's exciting. I'm excited about all those projects.
Yes, we are too. Yes, sir.
They're much
And
needed.
do you want me to move forward with the grants?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. Just kind of a brief overview of where we are with some of our grants. For our FY21 ARP funding, that has been submitted some time ago, and we have moved a lot further with that. So we're very glad to report that. It has been submitted for final FTA review. So those funds should be available within the next month. So we are very glad to hear that. Our F5307 Capital Ferry acquisition, that is a huge project that we have been working also with. For that project, it is acquiring 2 new ferry vessels. So currently with FTA, it's an initial review of concurrence, and usually at that status, it's the final review. And so we are hopeful that by the end of this month, that grant also will be ready for drawing down so that we can move forward with that. FY 21 5307, that is currently in progress, and that is for our capital projects. We have several projects in there that we really need to move forward. So we are hoping that we're a little bit closer to moving that. And our 5307 maintenance facility and ferry dock, that is also in progress. Our new CEO has definitely gotten involved with that. So we do hope that we'll have a report where we will be finally able to move that forward. That is something that has been a long time coming, and we hope to provide an update to the board very soon. And then just kind of like some of the grants that we have submitted this year, just kind of an overview. The NADTC, and you'll see in all of these, there has not been an update on any of these grants, but we just kind of want to just refresh your memory that these are grants that we did apply for in last calendar year, this fiscal year. The NADTC, which was the Mobility on Demand grant, City of Savannah Community Services grant. That project was CAT on the Go. It's a late night service project. The State Fiscal Recovery grant. That grant is for low income fare study and pilot. FTA Route Planning Restoration Program. For that project, we selected the CAT Route Restoration and Transit Enhancement Study, and the FTA Areas of Persistent Poverty, which is for transit expansion and mobility study. So all of these grants, we're waiting to hear back whether we have received any funding, whether they've awarded it, but there has been no update. And I know that Director Edminster, he often asks, about the status and there's some of the projects. So this was an opportunity just to kind of update you on, we haven't forgotten about you. We haven't forgotten about your request, but we just wanted you to kind of see that, unfortunately, there has not been an update on the grants that we did apply for this fiscal year. And that concludes it. Any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I have one question on the ARP grant. What's the amount for that grant?
It's 12 million.
12 million. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. And what can that be used on?
Well, that would really be for our operational usage, but we will have some meetings with our new CEO to just kind of determine the best way. That will certainly be a discussion for our upcoming budget meetings. And so we will be able to provide an update for you on that.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, I said
it's intended for operational support, though, across the system.
yes.
Are these the funds that are restricted only for operational? And there's some sort of gymnastics we have to perform to get them to be able to use it for payroll? I know there's some sort of grant that we get that, or maybe I'm not aware of this, but okay. I've been told that there was a federal grant we do get, and it's restricted only for operational, and we have to do some sort of application to be able to use it for payroll, or that's just not real?
No, that's right, Director Edminster. On 5307 is that particular grant. Initially, that is for operational, but as you see, that was one of the grants that we listed. We did at the time, since we had received funding for CRISA and CARES, we used some of that funding, the 5307, to convert for capital. And so that is one of the grants I think that you're referring to, that we do have a little flexibility there. And I'm sorry, we do have Eric, who's going to kind of present some information on our marketing communications.
Trying to get my video here.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Good morning again, Director Edminster and Director Adams. Hey, Mr. Massimo, it's great to see you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, let me try to get my presentation displayed. I'm just going to run a brief presentation past y'all just to kind of give you an idea what we've been up to last month. Shalon, I'm going to need you to stop sharing your screen so I can share mine.
Let's see.
Screen, oh yeah.
All right.
All righty. And that's not in display mode for y'all, is it?
I can see it. We can see it.
See it?
It's,
And the
it's a
shape.
present
Is it in
Yes.
display mode or just?
presentation.
And it's perfect.
Okay, great. So basically, starting off with, we promoted some updates and to the dot route. The route was slightly changed, and the city ended up adding 2 stops. So we went about helping them make the public aware of that. We updated the route map and the dot brochure that's given out. We also updated our website, and there's also a separate website, a dot website, that we put the new information on. Moving on, we promoted some materials. The FDA has some new requirements regarding information we have to provide to employees regarding drug awareness and resources available to those employees. So we help disseminate and get information out in our newsletters and some flyers we posted around. And we also help promote some training sessions that were related to that information. From there, we've been keeping busy, keeping our residents and customers informed on the latest things going on in CAT. We issued 4 inbound employee newsletters, as well as 4 of our electronic community newsletters, the CAT Express. Some of the topics covered included safety spotlights, employee profiles, drug and alcohol awareness program for the employees again, and the new dot stops and meeting dates for CAT board and internal meetings as well. We also we have our text notification service for both employees and customers. And in January, we issued texts related to COVID safety protocols, safety training sessions, an employee town hall we had for employees, conference call. And then for customers, we issued a text alert regarding closing of the ticket window and holiday schedule for MLK Day. We do have a digital online ticket sales service on our website. In January, we sold 62 passes with about $1,100 in revenue. And we do also have our token transit mobile ticketing app service. In January, we sold 3,190 digital passes. People are really taking advantage of that service and grossed about $15,000 in gross sales.
Eric, do we know off the top of our heads what percentage that means overall? I guess a sold ticket doesn't mean a used ticket.
No, I have an estimate ahead, but I don't want to give you the wrong information. I'm not sure actually what that percentage of total sales is at the moment. We can try to look that up for you and get it to you. I know it's above our expectations. Back when we were at the 6 months mark, I know we were like double what we anticipated selling with the visual tickets. So people seem to be enjoying having the service available. We issued 10 media advisories or news releases in January. They were relating to CAT board meetings, holiday schedule, the impact of Omicron on services, and the ticket window closing, and our new executive director's selection, Mr. Massimo, and as well as the recruitment and retention bonus that was approved by the CAT board. And our social media and online statistics continue to increase and attract a larger audience, thanks to a great job Sarah Feldman's doing with social media, Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and all that. And you can see the percentage growth here. I will have to work on the Twitter. It looks like 0% change there, but. And our largest reaching Facebook post was related to how to catch a cat to COVID vaccine testing sites, which is good. Glad people are interested in that. And then the Happy New Year's post we did also got a fair amount of attention on Twitter. So that's all I got for you. Any questions?
I have a question. Do we use paratransit to get them to COVID testing sites as well?
I believe we do. It's not really my area of expertise, but I believe we have to serve anywhere our CAT buses go. We have to take our paratransit operations.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions?
I'm good right now. I think moving forwards, not muted, am I? Yeah, I think moving forwards, I'd like to, and this might be a question for governance committee or for the whole board, but try to get a good understanding of what piece of CAT each of these committees is taking on. And I think that'll help Director Adams and I better figure out what information we do want from you guys during these monthly meetings, what kind of questions we should be asking, what sort of feedback would be most helpful for you guys. I know they're new, so I'm very okay with this great presentation from you guys today. That gives us a good idea of kind of what to be expecting. And I'd say let's try to figure out how to make sure that all three committees are covering the whole pie.
Yes.
One thing I would also suggest to you, Director, is that at the upcoming board meeting and executive committee meeting, we'll be beginning to talk about some reorganization efforts. And we may want to wait until that is complete and then match these committee structures exactly as you're describing in a way that it's very intentional and purposeful how the committee interacts with the various components. But we may want to wait until over the next 30 days or so that kind of concludes to make that most impactful.
I thank you for thank you for that. I think that's going to be important too, especially with you recently coming in. This honestly tell us how to organize, and I think we'll all fall in line.
Very good. We're doing some good work, I think. So one other thing I would mention to this committee. I know that Director Adams, I got to see you last week during Savannah Chatham Day. That was fun, and we learned a lot while we were down there. One of the things I'm going to be doing is a series of sort of meet the CEO kinds of events. So I'm planning on showing up at some of our highest ridership transit stops and just meeting people at the shelters, as well as doing some things here with our bus drivers and employees and so forth in both facilities. So just know that there will be a lot of activity around that as we all connect in this new effort we have moving forward. So thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you. Everybody have a good day.
All right.
Here.